the time has come, the walrus said.
Well, this has been quite a long time coming. I've been away for quite some time, which is not normal for my channel. For the past couple of years, I've been consistently uploading, and, well, of course, minus December, I always took breaks then. I really did miss doing this stuff, and I didn't want to stop when I did, but many circumstances led to where we are now. But hey, we're in a new room now. We have the posters more easily on display. You can actually see the Spike one now. Before you really couldn't. The swords are up on the wall. That's cool. I actually got a light hitting me right now. It's making me squint quite a bit, although I already do that typically most of the time anyway. I got a new haircut, got a new gaming setup. The mic is now on a stand, so hopefully you guys won't hear the keyboard as much.
I am Gandalf the White, and I come back to you now.
But let's face the facts, you guys really don't care that I'm back, you just are glad Jaina's back. I mean, I can't say I disagree. You sure you don't want to be in today's video, Jaina? Just gonna sit on the floor, like not even on a chair with Mimi there, just on the floor? But yeah, this is a completely different room, as you may have noticed. I'm now in the basement, and the old room now belongs to Sub-Zero, which I'm a little worried about, but that's fine, I guess. But anyway, I wanted to discuss a lot of the things I'm going to be doing, a lot of the reasons why I was gone, and Mario's Picross seems like a good outlet to do that, so let's get started here. It's been a little while since we played this game, but I'm looking forward to getting back into it, and mainly just as a source to talk to you guys again. Hey, it beats just looking at a camera and doing a vlog sort of video. Well, there were many reasons I was gone for so long, like I already mentioned. Part of the reason was this whole COVID-19 thing. See, people are working from home now, and that means people are home when I'm trying to record YouTube, and as such, they're doing home from work, they're trying to be in their meetings, they don't want to be disturbed, and I can't really record YouTube during that. The other main factor is I'm no longer working at the restaurant I was working at, of course, because, you know, the whole COVID thing. But instead I picked up a job at an essential place, and I was working there for most of the time I've been gone, actually. And that highly got in the way, because you may say, well, you have people working from home and meetings and calls, all that stuff. Why don't you just wait for their shift to end? Just so happened this new job I picked up at the essential place, it started its shift right as they were ending, so I had no time to do YouTube, and it was every single weekday. So not exactly much of a window there to record. Also, this happened last month, but I unfortunately got very sick, just very weak muscles and high fever. Had to go to the hospital, and there they tested me for a whole bunch of stuff, and they said, well, chances are you have the virus, because there's very few other things this could be. I decided to go in and get tested anyway, and I didn't get the results back for a few days, but eventually I found out I did not have the virus, or the coronavirus that is. I just had some other muscle weakening kind of virus that had similar effects. Either that, or by the time I went tested after I was at the hospital, maybe it just waned by then, I'm really not sure. So of course I was in quarantine, couldn't go to the job, and overall I decided that doing this was much more important to me, and that since they don't expect me to come in anyway, now is the best time, so I gave them my week notice, and that covered the time that I had to be absent for, so I'm no longer working there, and now I'm just here full time. And then, of course, there was a bit of preparation to get this whole place ready, you know. Not only is this just a new recording area, but this is also a new bedroom of mine. My bed's over there, closet's over there. Actually, that's about all that's in here, aside from this whole setup. But, you know, I'm starting to like it here. I am gonna miss the old room quite a bit. A lot of great memories there. Been there since, like, the past 7 years or so, which, when you move as much as I do, you know, it's something you lose, and it feels a bit unfortunate that it's no longer my room. I especially don't trust now that Sub-Zero's there, seeing as how he's been having a massive drinking problem recently. But now that I'm back, I got a lot of things I'm looking forward to. First of all, there's a massive visual upgrade to the whole channel. The thumbnails are different, they have text in them, which I know is a big point, because sometimes you don't want to read the title, you just want to read the thumbnail. So I'll have the title of the episode there, and I might even put face cam in some of those thumbnails. Other things, I now got a new channel art for both the banner and my profile picture, thanks to Nikon Planet Ripple for drawing that. It's very nice of him. The banner art's actually, you know, something on mobile now. Before, it was just the two characters off to the side, and you couldn't see anything because mobile was cropped in here, so it just looked like a black void. But now I've got a whole bunch of characters there, and only excludes the two on the side this time. Just about finishing up this puzzle. It appears to be a shoe. I'm just gonna place some blocks randomly and hope they're right, just because at this point I have 20 minutes left. I don't have any worry, like, messing up and losing some time. I don't think it keeps any sort of record anywhere, and if it does, it really doesn't matter. Now, for some of the things that are coming up on this channel, I have a lot of ideas in mind. Now, before, I was just going to jump into Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sega Genesis, because that's one of my favorite platformers of all time. I finished Sonic 1 quite a bit ago, especially now, and I was really looking forward to getting to that game, just in general. But, I decided something didn't feel right skipping Sonic the Hedgehog 1, the Master System and Game Gear version, because that game has a lot of significance to me, as it was the first Sonic game I recall playing, and it's an important game just in general history, since it was the first handheld Sonic game, the first 8-bit Sonic game. You know, it helped launch the Game Gear, or at least it gave the Game Gear a big boost. And while I may not cover every handheld Sonic game, there are quite a few I want to get to, so getting to the very first one seems like a very important thing to do. So, 8-bit Sonic 1 is going to be coming up. I'm going to be playing the Master System version, since that's the one I'm more familiar with. And because I just overall think it's better than the Game Gear version in a lot of ways. Granted, there are some issues with the Master System version too, but, you know, you can have your preference, it's totally up to you. And I'll make sure to bring up a lot of the differences and different points in the Let's Play itself, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Otherwise, though, there are still a lot of loose ends to wrap up that were on my channel previously, the main one being Fire Emblem Gaiden. I've been playing that game since, like, what was it, September of last year, and I'm still on it now. Granted, I also took a break in December, so that's the factor. But I mean, there's just so little of the game left. Actually, before I went on my break, I did a lot of grinding with it. I'm just remembering it now. And so it should be just quite a breeze to handle that. I'm debating whether or not I should use face cam and all that for it. Because then it wouldn't remain as consistent as it has with the previous parts. Like, it'd be so odd if the last couple or maybe few parts just suddenly changed in style with the thumbnail, the face cam, everything. The background, all that. Maybe I'll use the new thumbnail and whatever new border I have, if I use a new border. I'm not entirely sure at this point. I'm just kind of recording this and I'll get to editing when I get to editing. And of course, the last thing that we need to tie up as a loose end is the extra part for Super Metroid. Not Super Metroid, why did I say Super Metroid? Just Metroid. You know, I never really thought that Metroid finale would be the last episode on my channel for months. One other thing I want to mention is I have this idea for this Fujin video, similar to the ones I did for Jackson for Shang Tsung, to celebrate his return, you know, to have this music video, just this montage of Fujin being back, show some gameplay. I even played Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero and got a bunch of footage of that, made it to the boss fight with Fujin. That wasn't fun at all. But, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to release that, because the original plan was I would release that sometime before MK Aftermath comes out, but that's now coming out Tuesday of next week, the time of this recording anyway. So, that would mean I'd have to get on that, edit all of that together, which that would be a bigger project, like the Shang Tsung and the Jax videos I did before. And then I would have to release it very quickly, and then I would be back on my one video a day schedule, meaning I wouldn't be able to actually build up a bulk of videos so that I'd be ready to come back to YouTube. So I don't know that I'm going to do that. I might just not do that video, which is a bit unfortunate because I had some funny ideas like doing the stage fatality in MK4 to you spin me right around because the camera's like moving while it's spinning with Fujin. It's this really funny fatality actually. That little speech Johnny Cage's actor gave at the, what was at the end of the Fujin gameplay trailer, I figured I'd put that at the end of the video so there'd be this epic moment of like, Fujin will rock you like a hurricane, and then the video ends. Like, I figured that would be a neat ending for it. And it's such a shame I came up with this good idea, but I'm like, I gotta prioritize my schedule, because I gotta keep the uploads coming now that I'm back on track. And I debated saying, okay, I'm coming back, I'm gonna be smarter, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm only doing 3 videos a week now, or something like that. But I don't want to come back after being gone for so long, after failing. I failed after failing. I don't want to come back lesser. In fact, I have decided that I'm going to attempt, this isn't a promise, but I'm going to attempt to upload this December, even though that's a very busy time for me and my family. We always celebrate the holidays that month. But I just want to get more content out, and I think that's a good way to do it. So, hey, maybe that'll be a way to make up for some of the lost time this year. Oh, that was it. I was not ready for the end. What did we make? Is that like a baseball cap with an H on it for some reason? Oh, is that just Mario's hat, but with a weird looking M? Yeah, I think so. That's incredibly strange. See, the hat's at a bit of an angle, but the H is looking straight at me right now. I don't know how I feel about that. And I call it an H because it is one, but I know it's supposed to be an M because Mario. Let's do one more puzzle, but since we've been here a little while, let's just do an easy Picross one, so that we don't spend too much more time. Plus, I like some of the easy Picross ones since they're a lot easier to commentate while I'm doing stuff. Okay, maybe this will be a little too easy now that I'm looking at it. Like, that's, yep, and then that, and, oh, is it just, like, a dollar sign? Yeah, oh no, it's just an S. It's just, or is that a 5? I don't know. It's the letter S. Thank you, Mario. I wish you would do this in all the puzzles, because sometimes I have a hard time talking, apparently, but sometimes I also have a hard time discerning what exactly the picture is. Let's just do another one since that was way too quick. In the second row, okay, yeah, here we go. 10 by 10, this is a bit more medium-paced, like the Adam Sandler song. I'm sorry for referencing that. It's funny I was calling that other one a dollar sign, because I realize now that's exactly what this one is. Oh, whoops, don't erase that. Alright, so we did an S, and then we did an S with a couple of lines through it, also known as a dollar sign. Wow. Well, guys, I had a great time coming back to Mario's Picross. I had a great time coming back to YouTube, but in general, I'm still figuring things out, like what I'm going to do for border, what I'm going to do in editing in general to try and improve everything. I don't know if I'm going to have the same circle for the face cam. Like, this seems really stupid considering you're watching this in a video where the face cam is edited, so I'm not really sure what to think. But that's kind of the point. This is a time capsule. It's showing where I am now, what I'm doing now, my plans for later, where I've been, that sort of stuff. And I don't want to make too many videos like this because I did a similar thing with Mario's Picross before. I think it was part 2 or 3. In fact, I've kind of lost count of what part we're on now. But I've definitely done something like that before where I was just trying to explain the new plan. That was actually when I started this year. And I had that huge thing where I brought in the face cam, the border, and I was looking forward to all those changes, and it's unfortunate that was kind of brought to an end, but, you know, change is change, and maybe it's for the best.